Hello everyone, this is Frugal Panda here. Let's take a trip to Leadville, Colorado. Leadville, Colorado is a town of about 2,600 people. I guess you'd call it like a small city. It's at an elevation of 10,154 feet. Before we go on, that's my new adventure camping rig. That is a QX80 Infinity. It's a big boy. Very big vehicle. You'll see more videos of it when I take it camping actually. Anyway, let's get back to Leadville. Leadville. 10,154 feet is the elevation here. 2624 is the actual population here. They've grown a little bit too since then. Area code here is 719. It was founded in 1877. Guess who lived here? Doc Holloway. If you know old westerns and old western history, Doc Holliday lived here for a couple of years back in the late 1800s as well. So yeah, he was here. There was quite a few outlaws that actually lived in this area. Look up Leadville, Colorado, and see which one. See what outlaws actually lived here. So it's also in North America. Leadville is the highest elevation incorporated city here. So yeah, it's pretty high. So I got up here and I was walking. And I felt a little winded. After walking a while, not like super winded. I live in Colorado and I live in the Denver area, the 5280, but this is 10,154 elevation, so it's about double that. And I walked all around. I was basically trying to get my steps in already, so I almost pulled my bike out. Then I was like, no, I don't want to, take it out down here because I didn't realize it was boom days. I literally just decided to come to Leadville and I packed up the vehicle and I wanted to take it on its first road trip to check it out, and I wanted to do it more local. This is about, I want to say 3 hours or so from where I live, and it of course did excellent. It was super comfortable. It's so much room in it. It could carry my e-bike behind the second row seat with no problem, plus everything else I needed. So it was excellent. But I didn't realize it was Leadville's Boom Days. And Boom Days is pretty important. That's a celebration of the gold boom and everything like that happened during that time frame. So I couldn't figure out, why couldn't I get a hotel room? And then it made sense. Oh, you can't get a hotel room because it's Boom Days. This is a big deal in this area. And it's pretty cool to see. I've driven through Leadville many times. But I've never really stopped here, and every time I've came through the downtown, it's been fairly busy, and I'm like, oh, I should stop and check it out, and I never do. I keep driving, so I made a plan to actually come here and really check it out. And fortunately and unfortunately, I came during Boom Days, which is really cool. Don't get me wrong, I am not knocking it. It's really cool, tons of booths and everything, but this is one of those weeks for me where I wanted to chill out, so I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get a hotel room, and then why I couldn't get a hotel room at a decent price, and it made sense. It was Boom Days. So no big deal. So I ended up ultimately getting a hotel room in Salida. And I ended up in Salida that after I would get done here. I'm walking all around. I'm just checking out, getting my steps in. It's 10,000 feet. So I'm getting a little bit of good exercise walking around here. I didn't pull my bike out because Boom Days. And there was plenty of people riding their bikes. I had an excellent conversation with the gentleman that worked at the electric bike shop, or bike shop down right here on, I guess it'd be Main Street. And we talked for a minute, and he was showing me the different bikes. And they had some decent deals on stuff too, and I liked a lot of the bikes I saw. As you can see, the sky is clearing. When I got here, it was kind of cloudy, overcast, and stuff like that, but it started clearing out. That steady amount of people here, and there was people coming in, all types of cool camper vans, different types of trucks. Here in Colorado, Wyoming, and areas like that, we got some cool stuff in regards to outdoor vehicles and off-road vehicles type of things. You may ask yourself, well, Jamal, why did you get the Infinity QX80? I got it because it's luxury. It's based on the Nissan Patrol, but it's more luxury, but it also has a Nissan Titan V6 which makes over 400 horsepower and over 400 torque, and it's got pretty good clearance. And then all I'm going to end up ultimately doing to it is just throwing some off-road tires on it, or some all-terrains, ultimately in the future. But right now it serves its purpose and it's luxurious, so I really like that vehicle. This house, I like this too. This house is really awesome. I just kept looking at it. It was really cool. I'm just walking around. I checked out a couple things. I ended up getting a cool little burger that was pretty decent here. So I ate lunch here. It wasn't too bad. You buy yourself, $15 for a burger. But you know what? I had to get a food truck. And I'm here, so you got to support the local economy and people selling stuff here. And then later on, I get a funnel cake because I don't get funnel cakes too much. Had a good conversation with the woman who was part of that was working there, and she told me quite a lot of things about this area. And later on, while I was driving, I kicked myself because I didn't bring I already modified a bed platform for the back of the Infinity, but I didn't bring it because I didn't plan to sleep out. And then I forgot I was going through Clear Creek Reservoir and how many places there are to camp, and I could have easily driven there and had my shower tent and camped there for the night for free. Instead, I spent about $113 and got a room, which I'm glad I did. I love to come back with my wife to it was the Duke Lodge, I think it was, in Salida, and it was awesome there. I really enjoyed that little place. That was the funnel cake I had right there. You see, I'm just walking around. I like their little downtown. It looks like a lot, honestly. Leadville looks a lot like a lot of Colorado mountain towns and stuff. The ones that haven't been torn down and all that stuff. You'll see in the future my videos of Breckenridge, which Breckenridge is cool. Breckenridge is cool, but it's a lot more touristy, and it's not like Leadville's a lot more. You know, a lot of their buildings are still around. Breckenridge has some of their buildings left, but a lot of it's just, you know, updated and new buildings and stuff like this. Whereas Leadville, I do like the old western feel to this town. Saw one of the cops or sheriffs, it might have been a sheriff, a deputy walking around. He had his cowboy hat on and everything, and I wouldn't expect nothing less. I had expectations that the police or the law enforcement or the deputies in this area would wear cowboy hats, and I was glad to see one wearing one, because I'd been really disappointed if I saw someone in this famous little cowpoke town and seeing the law enforcement not wearing cowboy boots or in cowboy hats. And I think he had cowboy boots on too. I'm pretty sure he did. So with that being said, I walked around here. People ask me about safety, and people also ask me in areas where they don't think it's very diverse. Is Leadville super diverse? It's debatable. Depends where you're looking from and what your point of view of that is. Do I feel uncomfortable there? No. And sometimes I think in areas where I don't think it's that diverse, people are actually really more interested in me. I don't want to say, I'm not tooting my own horn or anything like that, but like people will talk to you a lot more, you know. And I think when you go to places, if they are not that diverse, and I'm talking about, it doesn't matter where you go, whether you're in the deep south, whether you're in Memphis, you know, whether you're in Montana, sometimes people, and it's good to interact with people, because sometimes, you know, sometimes people don't get to talk to people that look different than them, and that's okay. Have a conversation with somebody. Don't trip. Very cool buildings down here, regardless of that. Did I feel safe? Of course. I'm always safe. I got whatever with me. I'm cool. I'm good. But I'm still safe. You know, I had a great time here. I walked around. I was a little bit tired. I'm probably was coming off a night shift and got off and drove out here. But I had to get out of town. But it was well worth it. I love small town America, small city America. Sometimes there's just sometimes fighting between urban areas and small town areas, and you have more in common than you think. Yes, there's some differences. What I enjoy about small town America is a slower pace. Slower pace doesn't mean people are dumb. It just means it's a relaxed pace. I love going to small town America because guess what you get to see? Kids riding their bikes. And yeah, you get that in suburbs. I get into my area, but a lot of the cities and stuff, you don't have that as much. But out here, you had kids flying around on their bikes, parents out with their kids. I like this thrift store. This is really cool. When I come back, I'm going to get something from them. But I like seeing that. Small town America. I tell people, don't knock it. You're no better. None of us are better than each other. We all have something to add to America. But anyway, this is a 10,000 elevation city, small city. I love it. You see that cool camper van. There's camper vans, everything all over. I'm trying to hold out on getting all-terrains for that QX80 yet because the tires on are like practically new. But I'm like, oh my God, I want to put them on there. And there's not much I want to do to it. But we're walking around. We're relaxing. I'm enjoying my time here. I kind of wish I had thrown my e-scooter in here as well, because I would have yanked it out and flew around on it as well. I wouldn't have pulled the bike out for here. I'd pull out the e-scooter and just rode around and checked it out, you know. That's why I take it on road trips, because not all the time do I want to yank that 80-pound e-bike out. But I yank that little 30-pound scooter out, and I'll rip and zip on it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Go check out Leadville. Leadville's really cool. I think it's a really fun place. It's got a lot of stuff going on for it. You got the Boom Days. It's the highest incorporated city. You got the Tabor Opera House, the Mineral Belt Trail, and they have an ultra marathon here. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.